man charged with several sex crimes could become a repeat offender if convicted. He's currently on administrative leave at his church after the alleged victim testified in court that Reverend James Randolph started touching her when she was in the 6th grade. But as TV5's Blake Keller found out, the pastor has 2 convictions from his past. And we do want to warn you, the details could be a trigger warning for some.
As to what you told MSP with regards to...
TV5 first told you about 58-year-old Reverend James Randolph, who's associated with Mark Barclay Ministries and Living Word Church in Midland. He's charged with 6 criminal sexual conduct felonies after his arrest in November last year. A motion to amend his $5 million bond was denied. When Randolph was charged last year, we requested and received the felony complaint from the Midland County Prosecutor's Office. And through that, we learned Randolph has 2 prior convictions and even served time in prison. Through the Freedom of Information Act, TV5 got those records from 2 cases in Jackson County. First, we found out Randolph took a plea deal for assault less than murder after he and a group of men were accused of beating 2 others with shovels, chains, and a 3-foot pipe during a party. It ended with an abrasion on the back of the head for one man. The other had a broken left hand and fractured left knee. Randolph was sentenced to prison in December 1983. He was paroled in August 1984. Less than 2 months after getting out, these police records from Jackson show that Randolph was accused of 3rd-degree criminal sexual assault. Earlier this year, Jackson City Attorney Matthew Haggerty denied TV5's request for documents in the 2nd case, stating, quote, "The victim in that case was a minor at the time of the assault. Any information that would identify a juvenile victim of CSC is exempt from disclosure to protect his or her identity. We won't identify the victim, but we did find more information through these transcripts that came from the Circuit Court of Jackson County." The victim in this case was a 15-year-old girl. In an interview with police, she said she was a runaway who was staying with friends at a home on Ganson Street in Jackson. That's where she says she was raped. One of the men involved, a then 18-year-old James Randolph, also known as Jimmy. She told officers Randolph and 2 other men raped her several times by penetrating her with household items like a beer bottle, plunger handle, or a hanger. In the interview, she told police she was afraid if she didn't cooperate, she would be beaten. Police reports and court testimony indicate Randolph hit her with his hands several times and even hit her with a leather belt. The interview also states Randolph hit her in the right eye with a shoe because she wouldn't perform a sex act on him. On December 10th, 1984, the charges against 5 men were dismissed by the district court, but the case was brought back against James Randolph and 2 other men after new witness statements and evidence. In a plea hearing in August 1985, a then 19-year-old Randolph was convicted of 3rd-degree criminal sexual conduct. 4 other charges against him were dropped. Randolph was sentenced to a minimum of 10 years with a maximum of 15 years in prison. His appeals in the years after were denied. And in a memo after the denials, the circuit court established Randolph and the 2 other men forced the 15-year-old girl with limited mental capacities to use those household products. The Department of Corrections confirms Randolph was released from prison in 1993 and discharged from parole in 1995. I'm Blake Keller, WNEM TV5.
And TV5